सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओं बोलो स्वामी सद्गुरु शिवानंद महाराज की जय। ओं बोलो स्वामी विष्णुदेवानंद महाराज की जय। हरि ओम तत्सत। ओम नमः शिवाय। I offer my pranams to the lotus feet of our masters. I pray masters give us all the perfect understanding. It's Swami who speaks, it's Swami who listens through all of us. Hari Om Tat Sat. Good evening. We are in chapter 6, slokam number 11. Suchau deshe pratishthapya sthiramasanamaatmanaha natyuchritam nati neecham Chailajina Kushottaram. Krishna Bhagavan here tells about how the seat should be. How do we prepare ourselves for the meditation? How to sit? Where should we sit? How our seating should be? In the initial stages of the meditation, all these are important. How do we sit? Where do we sit? All these are important. Once we gain the elevated status, then elevated stage of meditation, then these will become less important. In the beginning stage, all these are very important. So Bhagavan says the place have to be clean and neat. Suchau deshe, in a clean place, in a clean environment. Wherever you're going to sit and meditate, first clean that place, keep it clean and tidy. So the seat should be neither too hard nor too soft. It should not be too hard, at the same time it should not be too cushiony, too soft. How it should be? Chailajina kushottaram. Kushottaram means, kusha means grass on the ground. How the grass on the ground? It should be like that. Your seat have to be like that. On top of the grass, put a ajina, deer skin, the skin of the deer. Put the skin of the deer. On top of it, chaila, put a cloth, spread a cloth over it, which, why he is saying, which becomes a bad conductor of heat. So let your asana be like a kusha grass on the ground. On top of it put a skin of a deer skin, and on top of it put a chailajina kushottaram. Now master says we should not take it in the literal straight away meaning, and you should, like a checklist. Immediately you should not say that I'm not getting a skin of a deer, so I'm not meditating. I'm not getting the kusha grass, so I'm not meditating. It is not like that. Master says you can fold a blanket into 4 and place it on the floor and spread a cloth over it and sit comfortably and start meditating. The seat have to be neither too soft nor too hard. Master says it should be comfortable. Okay. The asana have to be kept sacred, meaning clean and neat, and have neither too hard nor too soft. Natyuchritam, na ati uchritam. It should not be very high. You should not sit on top of something. Na ati uchritam, not very high. Na ati neecham, not very low. Stiram asanam atmanam. Sit in a comfortable position. Patanjali Yoga Sutra also says, those who are practicing in Shivananda Yoga, they will know our teacher keeps repeating us Stiram Sukham Asanam from our Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So you need to sit in a steady, comfortable seat. Sthiram, steady. Sukham, comfortable. Asanam, seat. You should become a comfortable seat. It's neither too high nor too low. It should not be too hard or it should not be too soft. So in the meditation, a seeker who is going to meditate have to at the beginning of the stage he should follow all these tips. If anybody is interested, they can read our Meditation and Mantras book, where Swami Vishnu gives 12 basic techniques to start in a meditation. Those are very useful. The time, place, sitting position, point of concentration, everything makes the meditator comfortable. So the body should not be in a disturbed position. It should not keep wanting our attention. They should not be all the time disturbed in the body. If you are sitting in a uncomfortable position, thinking that you should sit in Padmasana and putting the Padmasana in a much harder way and sitting on top of it, you are finding it very difficult to sit comfortably, then your body will take away all the attention. You will not be doing meditation. So there should not be any distraction from the body. So sit in the seat have to be comfortable. So the sattvic way of meditation is sitting position. The rajasic way of meditation is people who stand and meditate. The tamasic way of meditation is people who think that they are lying down and meditate. So we have to choose, as a beginner, we need to choose the sattvic position. As sattvic posture is sitting in a comfortable position to meditate. Slokam number 12. Tatraikagram manah kritva yata chittendriya kriyaha upavishyasane yunjat yogamatma vishuddhaye. Training and disciplining the mind and the muscles. Why should we do this? Atma vishuddhaye, in order to purify our mind. If our mind and intellect are purified or calm, then it becomes easy. Atma vishuddhaye. In order to purify this mind, we need to train ourselves, our muscles, for this meditation practice. So as of now, this mind is comfortable looking outward. When it looks the objects, it's getting instant happiness, instant pleasure through the sense and the sensory objects. The mind is completely getting the happiness. So the joy is outward now. So in order to turn the mind inward, turn the attention inward, we got to purify the mind. Master gives one example. Suppose you are a right-hander. If you are used to writing with your right hand, if somebody is going to ask you to write with your left hand, you know how to hold a pen with your left hand, you know how to write, you know the alphabet, you know the syllable, you know how to write. So when you start writing, it takes little longer time. Like how quickly you will write with your right hand, you cannot write with your left hand. It takes a longer time to put. Suppose you are attempting to write G-O-D, God. Through the left hand, it takes little longer time to write the G to start itself, and that writing also, it is not in a proper shape. It is not in the proper alignment. Why? The left hand, the muscles in the left hand is not trained properly, disciplined properly to write through the left hand. Though you know the alphabets, though you know how to write, though you know how to hold the pen, it is not that easy to write with your left hand. The same applies to the left-hander. Those who are comfortably writing through left hand, if you ask him to write through the right hand, it is difficult. Similarly, our mind is comfortable to see the objects outside and get the pleasure. Now we are directing our mind inward. From looking from outward, we are directing our mind and to turn the attention inward. That needs training and discipline. So having seated comfortably, in a position, the first instruction Krishna Bhagavan says is Tatra Ekagram. Ekagram is single pointed. Turning your mind to Manaha Kritva, towards your own self. Turning our mind to our own self. Te Tatra Ekagram. By focusing your attention into that one single point. That could be either your mantra, or it could be your own breathing, or it could be an uplifting object. Anything, whatever that is comfortable, pick up one thing and focus completely on that. Engaging your mind that is getting distracted, that is going outside, bringing that mind, give the job to pay the attention, engage the mind to focus on that one point. That is, if you take breathing, just it is easy to focus on the breathing. If you are telling your mind to completely focus on that meditation, on that breathing, then your concentration becomes stronger. Ekagra, that concentration becomes stronger. Now, as a seeker, we should not misunderstand this concentration as meditation. Concentration is not meditation. Concentration leads us, it helps us to this meditation. So, Ekagram is fixing our attention on that one point. The idea, why is Ekagram? To remove the distractions, to remove our mind from wandering outside with all the distractions. Yata chittendriya kriyaha. Constantly the senses are grabbing information from the outside and it keeps feeding our mind. Our mind is happy to receive all the information. When you say something, immediately you are passing that information to the mind. When we hear something, immediately the information is passed to the mind, and the mind is completely happy or sorrowed while receiving the information. The mind is it's responding to all those information. So the senses have to be given complete rest. Close your eyes, close your mouth, away from your seeing, from tasting, from touching. We are sitting, we are not going to move anywhere. We are sitting. Even if you tend to hear some sound from the outside, just tell your mind to be calm and not to react, not to get associated with those sounds. Even some smell comes, tell your mind to not to get associated with those smells. So slowly, steadily, the senses have to be given complete rest by quietening the mind. Because when you keep feeding information, the mind is willing to respond. Immediately it responds with this with the reaction. So keep calming the mind. Yata chitta indriya kriyaha. Tell that mind to, they'll tell that senses to be calm. So when it is concentrated at one point, or on the breathing, or any idol, an uplifting object, and keeping your senses at rest, then that helps you to take you to the meditation. Upavishyasane. In that way, you need to sit comfortably. Yunjat yad yogam Yunjayat yogam atma vishuddhaye. By paying that attention to your own self, that will make the mind further becoming pure. Sitting on the comfortable seat, having made that one-pointed contact, one-pointedness, where the actions of the mind is at rest, because we are controlling our senses. We are not suppressing our senses, we are controlling our senses, and that way practice this meditation, which helps for the purification of that self. So the Shastra says, it promises when a person takes all these steps, the inner purification starts happening. The agitations in the mind, it comes down. When we can observe our own self, are we all the time agitated? Then we need to clearly know that there are a lot of impurities. Whenever we get this agitation, we need to constantly feel that, we still have that impurities. It is the signal. So when we get these agitations calm and quiet, then it helps for the meditation. So that purified mind will have no agitation. Through consistent practice of this meditation, you can observe yourself, those agitations are coming down, slowing down, and you are not agitated anyway for anything. Your mind is becoming pure and steady. Such pure and steady mind is fit for the meditation to realize that self. Slokam number 13. Samam kaya shiro grivam dharayannachalam stiraha samprekshanasikagram swam dishaschanavalokayan. So Bhagavan Krishna is telling one more step for preparation of this meditation. So having said how to sit, how your seat have to be, how the place have to be, how to get to that one pointed focus. Now Bhagavan is telling how to sit. Sitting in the asana, he is telling now your upper body have to be in a erect, have to be in a vertical straight line. He is now talking about the upper body. Now he said, having said in the previous sloka how to sit, how to quieten, now how to steady, how to make your upper body steady. Sitting in that asana, our body have to be completely still and straight in a vertical line. How? Samam, equal. Samam kaya shirogrivam. Kaya means trunk, the trunk of the body, the upper body. Shiro means head. Grivam means neck. So keep the body, upper body, the trunk, head, neck in a straight line. Some people will bend their upper body, will be looking down, couching their ears and shoulders, and they'll say that they are meditating. No. You need to keep your upper body straight, in a straight line, straight posture. Master quotes one example. Suppose when we are, assume when we are walking to our home. When we walk to our home, we will walk straight. We'll keep our head up. We'll walk our back straight. Why? Because we are walking to our own home. When we walk to our own home, we'll open our chest, look our head up, our back straight, and we'll walk. Like that, in meditation, you're walking to your own self. So that makes your upper body straight. Suppose you are going to beg somebody, then you are shredding your shoulders, coming down and all this, bending your upper body. So when in meditation, you are walking to your own source. You are going to that source, that self, the Brahman who is shining in your own self. You are going to visit, you are going to see, you are going to get associated with that, your own source. So walk straight up, keeping your back straight. The Sushumna Nadi have to be kept in a vertical pose. Then that helps for the prana to move up. So in that, the meditation is the fourth state. The Turiya is the fourth state. The first state is we are awake, then sleep, then with dreams, of course, then dreamless state, and then is the Turiya. So when a meditator gets into this Turiya state, they also, when you wake up, you come to your awake state. Though you come to your awake state, you still remember your Turiya, your meditative state. So that calm, that quiet, that Turiya state, though you go to that state, that meditative state, when you are awake, then you come to this awakened state. So when the mind becomes calm, quiet and peaceful, that is the time we pay attention to this self. So this meditation cannot bring any unhappiness to anybody, cannot bring any pain to anybody. everybody can feel that calm and peaceful, relaxing state. Meditation can only bring you surprises, pleasant surprises, gifts, and all sort of benefits to this body and mind. Certainly, it cannot bring any uncomfortable feeling. So sometimes a meditator feels come and tell you and spoil your mind, saying that no, when I sit and meditate I get headache. When I sit and meditate my face becomes stressed. Those are lot of impurities. Why? They have not gone through the meditation process with proper understanding. Just like that, you go and sit and meditate without proper and right understanding, you will only feel that restlessness, because there is no proper understanding. Through the process, karma yoga, purifying your mind, get into satsang, learn, get knowledge, and then get into this meditative state, Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasana. Dharayan na chalam stiraha. Dharayan means holding, achalam, unmoving, stiraha, still. How your body have to be? You should hold your body, your upper body, achalam, unmoving, stiraha, completely still. And the next tip that Krishna Bhagavan is telling is Samprekshya Nasikagram. Samprekshya means gazing, fixing your attention. Nasikagram, at the tip of your nose. Nasika means nose. Nasikagram is tip of the nose. Here, we should not take the typical meaning of the tip of the nose. It's not possible for somebody to keep focusing at the tip of the nose. How we should take it is, we should get into the direction of our nose. So, you can take, the Shastra says you can take any three. Either the tip of the nose, where the direction of your nose, or at your heart level, or in between your eyebrows. So these three are the, these three can be the better focus point, taking your attention, turning your attention into. One is closing your eyes and bringing your attention in between your eyebrows, or at the center of your heart, or getting into the direction of your nose, at the tip of your nose. So, all the three, any one, fix one as your focal point and keep your attention on that. The direction is important. How you turn your attention, even you close your eyes, you turn your attention to that one point, that helps to steady the mind. Disas chanavalokayan. Now, then that helps not to look at different direction. Our mind, it's happy when it is turned outward, because when it is turned outward, it can go into any direction. It can wander anywhere. When we are getting that when we are turning our attention, when we take one focal point, whichever is comfortable to you, that helps. Because Swami gives one line. He says, wherever you look, wherever your eyes go, your mind faithfully, religiously follows that. That is the law, that is the nature, that is the swabhav of this mind. Wherever your eyes go, your mind religiously follows that. So we are closing our eyes and bringing our attention here, so that the mind is getting into that point and that steadiness. So if somebody, we can also see, we can observe somebody who is restless, who is all the time, who is indecisive, whose determination is not strong. You can see that that person, he will be looking all the way, he'll be looking all around. He will not have a steady gaze. That means he is disturbed. A disturbed mind will not be ready to get there. So get your mind to inward, to get that inward, to look inward. get into one focal point. So Bhagavan Krishna says, having seated in a comfortable position, let the body, head and neck be erect and still, gazing at one point of direction, either at the tip of your nose or in between your eyebrows or at the level of your heart. Turn the attention from looking around to inward and sit for meditation. Slokam number 14. Prashantatma vigatabhihi brahmachari vrate stitaha manas samyamyamaschittaha yukta asita matparaha. Having said this nice clean place and peaceful place, making your body steady and turning your attention inward. Prashantatma, what will happen? Serene minded. The meditator, when he starts practicing this meditation, the mind experience peace and quietness. Prashanta, peaceful. The mind swabhavam is peaceful. With all the impurities, it is now restless because the sense objects are throwing away all the feeding all the information. With that, the mind is impure. So once you get into this state of meditation, then what you get? Prashanta, the peaceful. So we can also compare this water in the vessel. If you're not touching that water is still. Only when we disturb that water in the vessel, it is shaking. The same way, the mind, by its nature, it's calm and serene. So when you get that state, what you will feel? Peaceful, completely peace. The mind, if you can tell your mind, when you prepare yourself for meditation, then the mind also is ready to listen to you. So you can tell your mind that you are going to meditate and be calm. If your mind is listening to you, then you have purified your mind through this karma yoga and through this knowledge, through the proper understanding. If your mind is not listening to you, then your mind is still not pure. We need to get into more in karma yoga and acquiring more knowledge. Shravanam, mananam. Vigata bihi, fearless. You need to drop that fear. If you do not have a proper understanding and straight away go and sit for meditation, you will get a fear. Why? Because you are losing your personality. When you get into this meditating state, what is happening? The ego is going away. We are dissolving into that supreme. We are losing our personality. Sometimes it becomes a fear for the meditator. Why it becomes fear? Because he is not meditating. He is not sitting for the meditation with the proper understanding. That fear of losing one's self is creating that fear. Master gives an example. Suppose you are going to sleep. You are ready to sleep. The person sitting, lying next to you says, just now I received an information that there is a snake that entered into our room. It's okay, we can see tomorrow. Will you get the sleep? No. Why? There is a fear. When you get a fear in you, then you cannot sleep. When you get anxiety, we cannot sleep. When we have worries, we cannot sleep. When there is past happenings that keeps coming, it could be pleasant or unpleasant, whatever it is. When it keeps coming to you, we cannot have a proper sleep. Then sleep is like meditation. You cannot make anybody sleep. We can only create avenues for somebody to sleep. They can only prepare to sleep. They will fall into sleep by default. The same way, meditation, we can prepare ourselves with all the steps to meditate. When we have fear in our heart, we will not be able to properly sleep. Why that fear? Because ignorance bringing that fear into us. With this, we'll end today's session. We'll get into the sloka tomorrow, the remaining part. Keeping our back straight, we'll chant Om. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Om Bolo Swami Sadguru Shivananda Maharaj ki jai. Om Bolo Swami Vishnu Devananda Maharaj ki jai. Hari Om. That's it. Thank you so much for joining, for giving me this opportunity. See you tomorrow, same time, 4 o'clock.